What's going on? What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the Friday live stream. If you are just now tuning in, make sure that you smash that like button. Let me mute that right quick. Make sure you smash that like button and that share button. I'm going to go ahead and share this on my social media platforms. What's going on, Jamarius? I see it's like a slow burn for people to try to get in here because usually it'd be people in here way before I even get started, but it was looking kind of blank, but that's okay. We'll build it up. People will start rolling in eventually. I got to remember what channel I'm on. What's going on, Joseph Washington? Jamari says, have you heard about what Fat Joe said about DJ Khaled being the Quincy Jones of hip hop? No, I have not heard that until now, but I wouldn't say all of that. He has a lane, but it's definitely not. It's not him being the Quincy Jones of hip hop. That's for damn sure. What's going on, Pinky JYB? Jamal Bay, DSA1, New Life. What's up? What's up? What's up? Today is a great day. A lot of stuff happened with me, especially more so this morning anyway. But it's leveled out now. And I'm glad it didn't take all day to do. Otherwise, I probably wouldn't have been able to do this stream. But thankfully, that is not the case. And I'm here with y'all right now. Let's see. My voice channel is going on. You said thank you for telling Saisha story. Oh, no problem. It definitely, need to be put out there. And I see that you're like really sticking with this. And I always say that when people find a story that they like to talk about and they find it, that means that that's a story that's sticking with them. Like that's something they actually really care about. Like how it's certain stories I say I'm gonna keep my eye on it, like the Kawan Charles story, for instance, and how I said I'm gonna keep my eye on that story. I constantly check Google every day to see if anything new has come up about that story. And the last update was like 3 weeks ago, and it was about that chick being out of jail, and that's it. Nothing since then. What's going on, Marie? How is everybody doing? It's a nice day today. I don't know where y'all are at in the world, but where I'm at right now, the weather is beautiful. It's finally like feeling like spring. It's finally feeling like spring. What's going on, Joseph? I'm looking forward to seeing Jennifer Hudson's portrayal of Aretha Franklin this August. Have you seen the trailer? Of course, I've seen the trailer. I remember seeing the original trailers when the movie was supposed to come out last year, but due to the pandemic, they had to push it back. But yes, I am ready to see that movie. It looks very good. Now, that's the Aretha Franklin I want to see as far as a portrayal. What's going on, Amara? My voice said just did an update on my channel. I'll check it out after the stream. What's going on, Angie? 94565. You said it feels like summer down in Georgia. I bet it does. Y'all don't, for some places bypass spring, and Georgia's one of those places. Marie said, lucky you, London is wet, wet, wet. I got a question, and I'm glad that you're here to answer that. It was either going to be you or Lana Trotman, because y'all are the only two people I think that I see that's on my channel that lives over in London or the UK. Why does it always look so dreary over there? Like it always looks so gray. Like they have some days where the weather looks nice, and then they have other days where it looks like it's just it looks so depressing. Kingdom Afro is, oh, it's your birthday today? Happy birthday. Everybody in the chat wish Isaiah a happy birthday. He said his birthday is today. Joseph said PC pissed me off in the comment section of the trailer. I didn't even look at the comments. I just looked at the trailer, and I don't know why they would be. I don't know why they're mad. I mean, but any day that ends in Y. What's going on, Lex C? I've been going in with the recording of the videos lately. Listen, I don't know how I don't usually count how many videos I record per day, but for some reason today I for some reason I went on a recording spree. So I did not I don't really count what I like how many videos I do per day, but yesterday I was on a marathon. I was on a marathon yesterday. What's going on, Mark and Letitia? But yeah, I was going on a spree yesterday, like recording videos like crazy to the point where I don't even think I record. Did I record something? I did record a video today. I recorded one video today. I just want to make sure that I have a lot of stuff so I don't have to feel like I'm pressured to pump stuff out because I like to stay on top of my scheduling. So that's why I probably did so many videos, but a lot of stuff just came out yesterday, whether it was lame stream or internet based, meaning it probably would not break beyond the internet. Joseph said my most recent Torian Rage is an instant classic. Man, listen, I had to age restrict that video. I can't remember the last time I cursed that much at one time. I was so mad. Like I was pissed, like beyond pissed at that video or that topic. But trust and believe, I have a lot. Listen, I'm about to bring that heat this week. Y'all just wait. I don't want to give anything away, but I'm going to bring that heat this week. Trust me on that. What's going on, Vulcan? I am coming with it this week. I'm coming with the fire and the brimstone and all that other stuff they talked about in the Bible. What's going on, Jay Black? But speaking of someone who's been bringing heat this week, Kwame Brown, oh my God. This dude came out of nowhere and just started popping off on everybody. Like he's been going in for the last couple of days and he has not stopped yet. As a matter of fact, I actually watched one of his videos that he recently did, like a live stream video that he did, like of the playback of it, where he was going in on Charlemagne and Stephen A. Smith and DJ Envy for like over an hour. And then right before I pushed to go live on this channel, he's going live again right now talking about somebody else. Like he is going in and has been for the last couple of days. And I can't even be mad at the stuff that he's saying. And see, and remember how I keep saying in a lot of my videos that I talk very freely because I'm not bound by a contract. That's how he is. He's not bound by a contract. So that's why he's free to say that stuff unapologetically, which means he's not going to come out later and apologize for the rants that he's been going on, and righteous rants, might I add, for this entire week. You're not going to find it because he said he's not bounded by a contract. I mean, you're talking about a guy who's from the country who drives a pickup truck and drives a tractor. That's a person you do not want to mess with. I mean, he went in on Charlemagne, DJ Envy, Angela Yee, Stephen A. Smith, Michael Jordan, Matt Barnes, Jamel Hill. Is there anybody that I'm missing? And he went in on all of those people in less than a week, and he's still going in. Like it's almost like, if y'all seen the movie Kill Bill, it's almost like he has a list of people he's going after and he's just crossing them off. Some of them he has to put a check mark by because he's going back and, doing a repeat offense. Some people have compared him to Thanos, and they said that dude got all 6 Infinity Stones. Annoyed citizen and apologies for the truth. You know how it is when it comes to black people, especially those who have status. When you say something and then they're made to apologize, that's what I mean by that. But like I said, he's not bound by a contract, so he doesn't have to. He's not apologizing for anything that he says, even though everything that he's been saying is true. What's going on, Akira? But yeah, I think he does have a YouTube channel. He made a YouTube channel where just he's been like showing like going live. Like the dude literally made a YouTube channel. I don't even know how long he had the YouTube channel, but he made a YouTube channel. And the last time I saw, he was at like 89,000 plus subscribers. This guy's probably going to hit over 100K before the end of the weekend of him just going off and going in on people nonstop. And the thing is, see, this is the thing. I've always said you do not want to, or you always should be fearful of waking up that sleeping giant. Because Kwame Brown was always one of those guys that took it on the chin. Like he was always quiet, but the whole time what people did not know is he was being calculated. So don't always perceive it as this person is not defending themselves, or they are not standing up for themselves, or they're just letting things happen. What they're being is very calculated. They're lining all their ducks in a row, and then once it's time to strike, there it is. And see, the thing is, he knew that if he went on these rants like he's going on right now while he was still playing in the NBA, he would probably be made to apologize for the stuff that he said. So he said, you know what? I'm going to bottle all of this up in a jar and stock it away for right now. And when I decide to leave the NBA for good, then I'm going to go back to that jar and I'm going to unleash everything inside. And we can call the jar Pandora, because that's exactly what he has done. And he has not stopped. And the thing is, nobody, and I mean nobody, hey Stephanie, nobody who he has gone in on for the last few days has come out and rebutted anything that he has said. None. No one has come out and said that he's wrong or that he was lying. They probably upset because they get him called out, but none of them said he's lying about what he said. Hey, what's going on, Didi? Exactly, Joseph. A true chess move. Play chess, not checkers. And that's exactly what he's doing. Some people saying, I'm going to make sure not to get on Kwame Brown's bad side. Like, but the thing, what's so crazy is he's not even giving low blows. When I say low blows, I'm talking about little soft information that, you know, not something that people wouldn't care about. He's exposing some heavy shit about a lot of people. I can't even determine what's the heaviest thing he said. But I think the person who received the softest blow out of all of them was probably Angela Yee. He had made a comment talking about, he said Angela Yee needs to not talk about men. And he's like, does she even have a man? But then he kind of went into the thing about her messing with rappers and stuff like that. But, you know, that's like kind of par for the course. It is what it is. But when he started talking about Charlemagne and these rape allegations, he's leaning heavy on that. Then he talked about DJ Envy saying that his wife has him on a leash. He said he doesn't even know how to cheat like a man. He said Bill Gates knows how to cheat like a man. You cheat like a bitch. I mean, he is going in on them. And he is not holding back. Yes, Lovey, 1980. Yes, we talking about when he was talking about Charlemagne. Yes, we were talking about Charlemagne. But like I said, going back to my original point, none of them have come out and rebutted against anything that he has said, especially with Charlemagne with them rape allegations. What's going on, J Dog? Especially with that, he hasn't even come back out against that. So now people are gonna be like, so Is what he's saying true? But yeah, like I said, like Darren Finney said, they'll think twice about talking about him. I don't think they're gonna talk about him no more. They ain't gonna talk about him no more. And the thing is, some of them are going to try to come back at him. I think some have, but it's not going to have the same effect because all he's going to do is come back 10 times harder and shut down everything that they said. But yeah, Hurricane Kwame is what I've been calling him this week because that's exactly how he came in, like a goddamn force of nature. And let me just let that be a reminder to Black people out there listening, Black people listening into the chat. That's the type of time we need to be on, not just with people who do us wrong, who may look like us, but that's with anybody. That what Kwame Brown is displaying these last couple of days is what you call being unapologetically Black. Do not be scared to call people out on their behavior and their bullshit. It's just that with him, he's in a bigger position, so he has a bigger audience. But look at me. I don't have an audience like him, and I make sure people get that work. Look at that rage video I did the other day. I went in. That took a lot of balls to even say what I said. And that was low. That was low ball compared to stuff he's been saying. But trust and believe, I got more heat coming this week. Some feelings gonna be hurt. Not y'all, of course, or anybody that y'all know, but it's gonna be some people in a certain community that's gonna be having their feelings hurt, and it's very much deserved. And I don't give a damn how they feel about it. And see, Kwame Brown was saying something along the lines of how, and this right here actually rings so true for Black men in particular, which is why a lot of Black men don't like to even raise their voice or are scared to do so. He said that, in so many words, I'm just paraphrasing, that a lot of Black men, let me rephrase that. He says that people have been calling him and saying that he's violent and everything like that, not because he's going around and physically assaulted people, not because he's threatened people, which, by the way, he has not even threatened not one person that he's called out. He just said, if you come up and run up on me, then it's going to be a problem. That's in so many words. And you have every right to defend yourself. That's not a threat. That's just defending yourself. And that's just sending a warning. But back to what he was saying. He said that in so many words that he is a Black man when he uses a certain tone of voice that's seen as being violent. It's only Black men in America, or those who are on that Kwame Brown type of time, that get put into a box of being violent or over aggressive when they express themselves in that kind of tone. Like for instance, that Torian Range video that I did the other day, the way that I went in like that on the Asian American community, particularly that author who wrote that hit piece, that would be me being seen as hyper masculine, overly aggressive, toxic masculinity. And now that they got that AAPI hate crime bill, I wouldn't be surprised, if they came across that they would say I was committing a hate crime. What's going on, Alana? But I said, and what you'll hear in the video is me saying that I love my people too much to allow endless propaganda continue to overflow. Now, just imagine if you had more people out there who were saying the things I said, or saying the things that Tariq is saying, or what Professor Black Truth, or Jason Black, or Harvey, and most recently now Kwame Brown. Imagine if you duplicated that mindset through the masses of Black people, nobody would touch us. You know why? Because finally, people will see that Black people not only care about themselves, but they care about their image. They care about how they are perceived. They care about their own. To allow other people come in and try to deteriorate our way of life and how we are looked upon. That's called having pride in yourself. We just need to work on getting to that point. But see, when you have so much self-hate, you're not going to do that. It seems like only Black people in America, we are the only ones that has to care about every other group and put everyone else before ourselves, rather than us putting ourselves before other people. Because if we do that, then we're seen as selfish. And if we do it the other way around, we're seen as weak. So it's a double-edged sword. But you want to know what? I'd rather be seen as selfish than weak. That's just my take on it. And then you'll have some people that be upset that I said that. They'll just be upset. So it is what it is. You got to stop living for how other people see you and live for how you see you. But that was just my little intro rant. As we already know, this is Freestyle Friday, so I'm putting the link in the chat if anybody would like to come up and give their spill about anything. Could be what we just talked about or anything that you would like to talk about. I put the link in the chat and you can join up. Oh, and by the way, the reason why I am doing the Freestyle Friday a week early, because usually that would have been next Friday. But the reason I'm doing it this Friday is because I'm going out of town next weekend, so I won't be available to do a live stream next Friday, clearly. So that's why I'm doing the Freestyle Friday a week early. But yes, the link is in the chat. If anybody would like to come up, they can go ahead and do that. Exactly, Great Black Shark. Make sure y'all smash that like button. Definitely do that. Annoyed Citizen, this says, did you see that video from Tyrone Muhammad? No, I did not. Jamar said, I was happy to hear that the brother was bailed out after that incident at the coffee shop. Yes. And I definitely have a video coming up about that. I have a lot of update videos that I did yesterday, like for follow-up to stories that I've done. A lot. I think like 5 of them. And I've never recorded that many update videos that consistently, or that consecutively, I should say. But yes, I did hear that he was bailed out, because originally he did not have a bail. And then on top of that, when they gave him a bail, I'm shocked that it was that low. Like $15,000 is relatively low for the charge that they gave him. But yeah, I'm gonna upload the video about that either tomorrow or Sunday. Like I said, I have a lot of videos coming your way. Trust me. Oh, what's going on, J-Dog?
Hey, what's up?
How you doing?
Hey, I wanted to bring up a little sports story for today's Freestyle Friday for your channel.
What's going on?
Well, I know you talk about the Kwame Brown one. I wanted to talk about Deontay Wilder. As you know, he recently just won his arbitration. So now that cheater and racist boxer Tyson Fury, or Tyson McFlurry, must follow under his contract for a third fight against Deontay Wilder, giving Deontay Wilder a chance for his belt back. Now, you probably, unless of course you've been watching the LDBC, I know you watch Tower Business because he talks about it. As you know, last year, unfortunately, Deontay Wilder lost his championship belt in a controversial match against Tyson Fury, the white British fighter who calls himself the freaking Gypsy King. I call him the Gypsy Queen. Well, there was photos that indicated that Tyson McFlurry was cheating using tampered gloves and there was evidence of it, but the lamestream sports media, your Stephen A. snitches and all that, wouldn't talk about it.
Of
And
course not.
even Deontay and some other boxers pointed out. Sorry about that. Looks like I got a call. Hold on a second. I'm going to mute myself real quick.
All right.
Call from Washington, D.C.
I don't really like do a lot of boxing based stories. I leave that to the people who cover the boxing stories. But yeah, I did hear about that.
Hey, I'm back. Sorry about that. It looks like they're not going to leave a message. But anyway, so there's been evidence that Tyson McFlurry was cheating. They were using temper gloves, and they also saw that there was a possibility that there was a foreign object in his gloves because of the dents that was found in Deontay Wilder's body, including near his face. And so they tried to get a third fight in, and Tyson McFlurry was trying to get out of it because they know that people are going to start monitoring him more on his gloves in the third fight, because he was trying to go to an undisputed fight with Anthony Joshua. But Deontay Wilder's like, hold on a second. And that's when he put Tyson Fury in arbitration, and Deontay Wilder won his case. Now, either Tyson McFlurry fights by September of this year, or be stripped of the belt, or vacate the belt.
That's going to be interesting to see whether or not he's going to actually do it. That's going to be interesting to see what he's going to do. So I'm assuming he has not made a decision yet.
Well, he is. I'm talking about Tyson McFlurry. He has to go through possibly a negotiation, but I'm just glad that Deontay Wilder at least won this arbitration. Deontay Wilder is right now, he's doing better. He's getting into some better training, and he's looking at what kind of flaws, because there was some flaws in the second fight, but then there was also some controversy flaws with the lamestream media, and even the WBC used to do an investigation, but luckily Deontay Wilder did this arbitration. And because there was evidence, and shout out to the LDBC, shout out to Town Business, John Boxing, 7A, all of them, BFTB, all of them pointed out. And then there's people like Boxing Ego, who's not part of the LDBC. Well, I think he is. I'm not sure. They pointed out and actually, it didn't even start with them because if it wasn't for the LDBC and this other guy by the name of Young Pharaoh pointing out what Tyson Fury was doing, none of this would have been exposed. Because the WBC and Tyson and Top Rank, which is because Tyson Fury fights as a Top Rank fighter, and Deontay Wilder, I think, is either free agent or a PBC fighter. Because, it's different. They're not leagues. They're just promotional companies that help fighters, even though they have like events and stuff. Sometimes they do joint events when fighters from different promotions fight each other. But notice that the lamestream sports media just wouldn't talk about it because they favored, especially not ESPN, because ESPN airs a lot of top-ranked fights, and that's who Tyson Fury is signed with. He signed with both ESPN and the Top Rank promotion itself. But I'm glad Deontay Wilder's getting some justice. I just hope that he gets his belt back.
I'm sure he will now. That's gonna be a fight that, if the fight happens, that's gonna be a fight that a lot of people are gonna be watching, especially with everything that just came out.
Yep. And a lot of them racists are mad at it because they are blaming Deontay Wilder for ruining a possible fight with Anthony Joshua, because Deontay Wilder wanted that fight, and that coward and Anthony Joshua, even though I like Anthony Joshua as a fighter, I gotta say Anthony Joshua also cowered out on the Deontay Wilder fight, because that would have been for undisputed, because there's 4 sanctioned bodies: WBA, WBC, IBF, and WBO.
Sounds very historical.
Yeah. It's if you get one, you just a champion. If you get two, you're or two or more, you're unified. If you get all four, you're undisputed.
Interesting.
Yeah, that's what goes on in boxing. But I think that's all I have to say. I know I want to talk about something else, but you probably only allow one topic per person.
Right.
But you might see it on my channel, the different topics. But that's all I have to say. Thank you for bringing me in.
All right, no problem.
All right, I'm about to get out.
Okay, you have a good one. Yeah, I'm glad that that was brought to my attention. Like I said, I don't really follow boxing like that. So when I hear stuff like that, it sounds kind of new and kind of foreign to me, but it's definitely interesting nonetheless. I'm dropping the link again in the chat if anybody would like to come up, because I know it's probably gotten lost in the chat somewhere. So somebody who wanted to come on probably didn't see it. So I put the link in the chat again. One of the most, I'm gonna like kind of let the cat out of the bag. One of the most interesting videos that I'm gonna upload this upcoming week is the breakdown of that API bill, because I finally got a chance to see it because I wanted to know what was in it. And Phil over at the African Diaspora channel tweeted it yesterday, and I saw it, and I was able to read through it. And the thing is, if you really are aware and really pay attention, breaking that down is not hard. Like what they have in that bill. I'm not going to talk about it on here today because I'm saving that for the video. But definitely stay on the lookout for that. Now, I saw some people talking about Tyrone Muhammad in here, and I had to think about who that was for a second. And I looked him up. I was like, oh, it was that guy. So what happened with him? Because I looked on his channel, because it was a YouTube channel, but I didn't see anything. I tried to see if I could find anything on Google, but I didn't see anything there either. And people were saying like some things, but I wasn't sure. So can someone tell me in the chat what happened with Tyrone Muhammad? And in case y'all don't know who Tyrone Muhammad is, he was the black man that went into that nail shop a couple years ago and threw that brick through the windshield, through the window, through the door, the glass window. He said he went to go put another Asian store owner in check. If this was recent, I'm guessing they're going to say, then label that it was a hate crime, right? Now, I didn't hear about that. But me personally, I wouldn't have done it, especially after the blatant disrespect that was shown after he did it the first time. That's just me. I would not have wasted my time. He said they had the door locked, scared to come out. I wouldn't have done it. He said Tyrone Muhammad went to the nail salon because a female had a problem with an Asian man. Like I said, I would have not done it after what happened the last time. Jamari said when he tried to talk to the sister, they got an attitude with him. I wish I could say I'm surprised, but I'm not. I could say I'm disappointed, but why bother? Annoyed citizen said it was full of black women. He should not have gone. She called him. I wouldn't have gone. Because what they going to do? They're going to keep going back. They don't learn their lesson. They do not learn. You said a black woman threatened him. I wouldn't have done it. I would not have done it. Because now, you know, a lot of people, when he did it the first time, a lot of people clowned him for what he did. A lot of people clowned him for what he did. And if this is the get out, they're going to clown him again. What's going on, AB Media? What's going on, Wayne Tillman? So why bother? Why even bother? This was on video? Because I haven't seen it. I have not seen it. Because I would like to see it. If I get a hold of it, I might talk about it. It's like we know what they are capable of, but you keep going there. It's almost like the child that when they're young and their mother tells them not to touch the stove because it's hot, but they keep touching it but they want to touch it anyway because of the curiosity. That's those women over there doing that. That's the one keep touching the stove. Okay, if I find it or if someone sends it to me, I'll do a video on it. Stephanie says she threatened to shoot. Like you said, she threatened to shoot him. It's not that deep. Over some nails. Over some nails. So you mean to tell me that you're facing disrespect allegedly from these Asian store owners, but the person that's coming in to say something, you threaten him? Yeah, I definitely got to see this now. Like somebody got to send that to me or I need to find it. The delusion is real. Meanwhile, like I said, I would not have done it. I would not have done it. But that's just me. What's going on PD Chicago B1? Okay, Stephanie. But yeah, that's crazy. Why bother? That's stressful. And then if the chick got beat, then they'll be saying, "Where's the black men? Where's the men?" Oh, see, listen, y'all got me already saying to myself, saying what I'm going to say in this video. Like this is perfect right here. This is perfect to talk about the blatant hypocrisy. Annoyed citizen say you think it's on Phil's channel. Okay, I'll check it out when I get off. So this actually goes back to a tweet that I posted up yesterday. If those of you who follow me on Twitter, I had posted up a tweet that was attached to a poll, and it was saying, do you think that black people, particularly black Americans, have an interracial relationship with non-black owned businesses? Because that was actually something that I mentioned in a video that I did a while ago. Well, it wasn't that far back, but it was something that I mentioned. And a lot of people said, yeah, but they were saying how they feel it was more of a systemic thing. But when you hear stories like what y'all just told me about, that's not a systemic thing. Now you're just choosing to do that. And you got combative with this black man and threatened to shoot him all over some nails after you got treated badly inside of an Asian-owned establishment. But it is what it is. Like, you mean to tell me you can't find a black-owned nail tech, or better yet, do your own nails? What's going on, Gnome King? Yeah, but whenever I get a hold of that video, no matter who sends it to me, I'm definitely going to do a commentary about that, just based off the brief descriptions that y'all are giving me. I can only imagine what the actual video looks like and sounds like. Great Black Shark, can you DM me that on Twitter? Because I can't access it on the StreamYard. So can you send that to me in a DM on Twitter? So apparently looks like Great Black Shark got a hold of the video, but DM that to me on Twitter, and then I'll look at it after I'm done with the stream. Annoyed citizen, other people trying to get in the door, wondering why it was locked while he was there. This is why, like this is why you have a lot of people who say that the black community is very heavily matriarchal because of antics like that. You don't allow the men, a lot of the women in the community do not allow the men to actually be men and do what the man is supposed to do when you do stuff like this. What's going on, LaMonica? Stephanie said, did you read the article that I sent you? You sent me quite a few things. A lot of people send me a lot of things. You got to be more specific. Everyday people said, now that you mentioned that St. Sisters in one of those nail shops downtown Chicago, and I believe that this was Chicago that this happened in. Okay, I got it. Great Black Shark, and I'll check it out when I'm done with the with my stream. And it was on Phil's channel that that the video was at. Hopefully there's a separate link, that way I can incorporate it into my commentary without overlapping onto his. No one can say, my bad for turning in so late. How much did I miss? I've been on for almost an hour. So, you know, you missed quite a bit. Oh, Stephanie said about the Dub S killing the 18-month-old baby girl. I think I saw that, but it's so many. Listen, I have seen so many stories this week about these so-called parents killing their kids. I mean, I saw the one where you had the Asian lady who hacked up her kids with a meat cleaver. She almost killed her husband. They just came out with an update about the man that froze his child to death in the garage alongside his former fiance. The story you just told me about right here. And so much more. That's why I said every person does not deserve to have children. Joseph Washington said, why did Cop Mala do the most petty thing and have YouTube take down one of Jason Black's video commentary on her? That I did not know. But yeah, some of these so-called parents, or as I like to call for the men, I call them sperm donors, and the women, I call them womb carriers. Because every man can ejaculate sperm, and every woman, for the most part, has a womb, but not everyone deserves to have it deposited into the womb, if you get my drift, to create life. But yeah, like some of the stuff that I just mentioned to you as far with these people torturing their kids are some commentaries that I have coming up soon. So definitely stay on the lookout for that. Noam King. I said Genome. Noam King said, I saw a video Phil posted about a judge in Fayetteville jumping the curb to run over a crowd of BLM protesters and getting charged with a misdemeanor. I saw that. Lisa actually played that on a live stream she did when she was talking about the Andrew Brown Jr. situation. And you could actually see the video where the judge actually drove around aggressively and almost hit them. And he got charged with a misdemeanor. Meanwhile, with Andrew Brown Jr., they said no charges. But speaking of that, hashtag pull up summer, because Tariq posted a video where the people went to the house of I'm trying to think who was it whose house he went to. Let me see something right quick, because I might be able to pull it up. I forgot whose house they went to. Let me go and see if I can pull this up right quick. Hold on, y'all. All right, I'm about to play it. Okay, so it says protesters show up to the home of former North Carolina police chief to oppose the DA's decision not to charge officers for the racial ambush killing of Andrew Brown. They need to go to the DA's house. That Andrew Womble, that's whose house they need to go to next, I should say, but definitely need to go to his house. But let me play this right quick. Okay, so y'all just saw that. I think the highlight of the video was when the guy rode across his yard on a little bike. Me personally, if I was on that bike, however, I would have pulled up right there, turned the rev that engine up to its highest while holding it onto the brake, and kicked up dirt on both of them while they stood on that step. This is the second time that a pull-up has happened this year, because the first one was also in the Carolinas, but it was in South Carolina. It was in Columbia with the young black man who was basically being terrorized by that T-800 knockoff, and they pulled up at his house. Now you have this situation right here where they pulled up to his house, but they need to go to the DA. They have to go to Andrew Womble's house. And it's not like they don't know where he at. However, and this just clicked in my mind. Granted, they did not go to Andrew Womble's house. However, you can't tell me Andrew Womble didn't see what just happened. He's probably scared out of his mind right now that could happen to him. But yeah, when I saw that, I laughed at the guy with the bike going across the yard. And so did other people. You saw the other guy who had the little motor scooter. He fell out. He was done. But yeah, they all connected anyway. So, it doesn't really matter whose house they go to. They're all connected somehow, some way. So, but definitely find that DA and go to his house for sure. For sure. Because he had that smug thing on his face as he read that there were going to be no criminal charges. See, the thing is, we are in the age of technology. We are in the age of the internet. Anything can be found. At this point, almost nothing is sacred anymore. That's why when in Texas, they passed that law to ban Dub S being talked about in schools, I'm like, that was a waste of time and a waste of paper to draft something up like that, because it's not like the internet's not going to tell I'm not gonna say the internet tells the whole truth, because it definitely has a lot of lies mixed in. But when it comes to certain things, it does have some truth there. Great Black Star says we need at least 10 more likes. Either give them up or Mitch McConnell will come breathe on your face tonight. Listen, Mitch McConnell is probably one of the people that I dislike the most. And I told people that that is who is under the Grim Reaper robe. If you pull that thing back, that's whose face is underneath it. Because, you know, the Grim Reaper is faceless. But I'm convinced it does have a face. And his face looks like Moscow Mitch, or as I like to call him, the ventriloquist dummy, a.k.a. Slappy from Goosebumps. Stephanie said, I wish it was more people out there. So do I. But you know what? I hope they stayed out there all night. You know what they should have did? Operate in shifts. When you have some people that's tired, then another group of cycles in, and you make as much noise as possible. Because, you know, they were honking their horns and everything like that. That right there would annoy anybody. What's going on, Sony 81? But yeah, I can't stand Mitch McConnell. Like, let's hope he has another nasty fall, and that it's nastier than the last fall he had. I remember when he had that fall a couple years ago. It was a nice, wide, all 32 teeth showing smile that went across my face when I heard about that. Then there was a depressing one that came when I found out he was recovering. But, you know, you can take what you can get. A lot of people speculate that his fall was an accident. You know, some was saying that they think his wife pushed him. But either way, the fall is a fall. I'm gonna probably stay on here a couple more minutes. Usually, like, these streams don't last that long unless people actually come up. But not a lot of people, I guess, didn't want to talk today. But that's okay. I'm surprised 007 Spidey isn't here, because, you know, the Freestyle Friday is his favorite day. He ain't gonna catch it next week. He gonna be like, wait, I thought today was Friday. He gonna miss the message that I gave earlier saying that I wasn't gonna be live next Friday. Angie said when he had those dark purple bruises, yeah, that was weird. That wasn't from the fall either. We don't know what that was. It's still a mystery as to what that came from, because I don't know what it was. They never put it out there what it was. And yeah, those dark bruises he had on his hand and around his mouth. Yeah, I don't know what that was about. Sonny said his wife beats him. Probably. And isn't his wife Asian? I think she is Asian. Now she got a whole bill to protect her. Mitch McConnell better watch his back. She got a bill to protect her. One wrong move and she yells out hate crime. That's a wrap for him. Everyday peoples, I wish you didn't post that. Like, the image of that actually occurring is just making me want to throw up. Let me show y'all the people what you just said. That. Oh. That's very stomach churning. Nobody want to hear or see that. Now you good everyday people. I'm just saying it in a more comedic tone, but for real though, I couldn't even be sarcastic about that. No one wants to see or hear that. Jamaria said, I saw a video where a black woman was begging a dub S man would he date a black woman, and he told her no, but she continued to beg him. Like I said, I wish I could be surprised. I wish I could say I was disappointed, but I'm not. I'm not surprised either. And every time they show pictures of Mitch McConnell, it's always the same, like 2 or 3 pictures, and it just looks creepy. Like his faces he be making when he be looking scared. Like, I'm like, why are you being scared? The face you make be scaring us. I'm convinced he doesn't have one mirror in his house. I'm convinced. Because his reflection alone probably cracked every mirror in that house. I saw that video, Joseph. He said, how about the video of a black woman beating on a PC woman and a little girl assisted? I saw that. I forgot whose page I saw that on. I forgot why that even happened. I guess the N-word was thrown, but she dragged her literally throughout the place they were in all the way outside. And no one can say chivalry ain't dead because a black man was there to hold the door open as she dragged her out of the store. Black Tips comic and reader said, like dating a white, I'm guessing you're about to say dating white people in racism. It definitely won't. And anyone who tells you that is an idiot. And that sounds like something a Sambo or a Sambet would say. That does not end racism at all. Especially, I'm like, how does that end racism? And you be hearing stories about people who are in interracial relationships having issues with their partners. And when by their partners, I'm talking about the white ones, the black ones having a problem with their white ones. But see, a lot of them think it's just that, they'll just treat it as an isolated incident. They say, oh, it can't happen to me. Don't say or put out into the universe what cannot happen to you. And watch it turns right back around and it happens. So be careful with your words. But y'all, I'm about to get up off of here. We've been on for an hour. Like I said, this was going to be a short stream, mainly because not a lot of people didn't want to come up. I put the link in there for people to come up, but I guess people didn't. They just want to talk from the chat today, which is fine because it's Freestyle Friday. You have that option. But like I said, there will not be a live stream next Friday because I will be out of town, and we'll be back to our regular scheduled programming tomorrow on the main channel. 10, 2, and 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time uploads. Y'all enjoy the rest of your day because, like I said, the weather is nice today. It's beautiful today. The weather is nice. And with that being said, I will talk to you all tomorrow.